So what if I told you that the universe doesn't fully exist until you look at it? I know it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but it's a real idea from the wild world of quantum physics. It's called the participatory universe, and it suggests that we aren't just living in the universe, we are actually helping to create it. Let's dive in.
This whole idea boils down to one fundamental and honestly pretty provocative question. Does the universe actually need an observer to exist? We've all heard that old riddle about the tree falling in the forest. If no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, quantum physics takes that question and cranks it up to a whole new level. It suggests that without an observer, there's not only no sound, there might not even be a tree.
So, how could we possibly even begin to answer a question that profound? Well, it turns out the answer doesn't really come from philosophy, it comes from science. We're about to explore the evidence for a universe that, in a very, very real sense, might actually need us.
And yeah, this isn't just some late-night thought experiment. An incredible and, frankly, pretty strange conclusion comes directly from the established experimental science of quantum physics.
The core of this whole thing is called the participatory principle. It was proposed by the renowned physicist John Wheeler. Now, this guy wasn't just a brilliant scientist, he was a true visionary who dared to ask what all the strange rules of the quantum world really meant for reality itself. And trust me, his conclusion is absolutely stunning.
So, what is the participatory principle? Well, in simple terms, it's the theory that observers, and yeah, that means you and me, are essential to bringing the universe into being. Instead of us just being passive spectators watching some cosmic movie that started billions of years ago, this principle suggests our very active watching is what makes the movie real in the first place.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to how Wheeler himself put it. The very building materials of the universe are these acts of observer participancy. Just let that sink in for a second. He's not saying we just discover reality. He's saying our participation is the building material of reality. It's an absolutely radical idea.
That is a massive claim. So, on what basis could a physicist like Wheeler even make it? Where does an idea this strange come from? To get that, we have to look at its quantum foundation.
Here's the crucial thing to understand. Wheeler wasn't just, philosophizing here. His principle is built directly on a central, experimentally proven, and very, very bizarre rule of the quantum world.
And this right here, this is that foundational rule. It's the bedrock of his entire idea. No elementary phenomenon is a phenomenon until it is an observed or registered phenomenon. This isn't a theory. This is a conclusion drawn from decades of quantum experiments.
So what does that actually mean in plain English? It means that a particle, an event, a thing at the quantum level, exists in this weird state of pure potential. It's like a cloud of possibilities. It isn't a real, definite thing in a specific place until something interacts with it or observes it. The act of observation is what collapses all those possibilities into a single, concrete reality.
This, of course, leads to the next big question. Who, or what, actually counts as an observer? Does reality really need a conscious person with a brain looking at it to become real?
Now, this is where it gets a little subtle. We tend to think of observation as a conscious act, right? Like a person seeing or perceiving something. But in the quantum world, it could also be something as simple as a mechanical registration. Think a particle detector firing or a camera sensor just recording a photon.
And here's the thing. Wheeler's principle suggests both of these count. Remember his exact phrase? Observed or registered. The key isn't necessarily consciousness, it's registration. Think of it like a camera's sensor being hit by light. The very moment that photon makes a single pixel change color, information has been registered. The potential has become actual. That simple interaction is what matters.
Okay, so let's try to wrap all of this up into the ultimate takeaway. What is our role in reality according to this mind-bending principle? Wheeler describes this whole process with a fascinating term: self-excitative feedback. It's basically a loop. The universe evolves and it gives rise to observers. Then those observers, through their acts of participation and registration, give rise to the reality of the very universe they're living in. It's like they mutually create each other.
And this, really, is the most profound takeaway of all. If Wheeler is right, then we are not just cogs in some giant pre-made machine. We are active participants. Every glance, every measurement, every simple observation we make is an act of creation. We're helping to pull one specific reality out of a whole infinite sea of possibilities. So that leaves us with one final and I think very personal question to think about.
If our observation, our participation, truly helps to shape reality from this haze of quantum possibilities into something concrete, then what are we choosing to create with our attention? It's a staggering thought, and it places us right at the very heart of the cosmic story.